here are the best to worst medium and sharp bowling balls from every current bowling ball company. Coming in at the bottom of the list at number 11 is the Radical Crypto Boom. Now, while this ball does look really cool, I love the colorway, it just rolls a little bit weird. Radical's never known for their shiny options, and this ball just doesn't do that great. The original Crypto was absurdly strong and absurdly smooth, and the Crypto Boom is a little bit similar, where it is very early for a shiny ball, and it is super sharp, which is just kind of odd. It's just a ball that doesn't seem to know what it wants to do, so that's why I have it at number 11. Coming in at number 10 is the Brunswick Ethos. So the Ethos was a really unique ball. It seemed to be very smooth for its category, and it was just a very odd reaction to it. It never really had much for selling points. It is a little bit of a cheaper option, but Brunswick, similar to Radical, is not known for their shiny options. They're getting better with it with the Endeavor and the Beyond Infinity and a couple others that came out, but the Ethos is still just a very odd ball. I think it's really good for house shots. I think it looks fantastic for house shots. Tournament patterns, I wouldn't really look at an Ethos. Coming in at number 9 is the Rotogrip TNT Infuse. Now, I will admit, this ball is low on the list, partially because of its predecessor, the original TNT. I know the Infused is very, very different, but it has a slightly similar role in some ways to the original TNT, so that's why it's a little bit lower on the list. Rotogrip has made amazing medium shiny balls in the past, but this TNT Infuse is just a little bit weird, and I think, like I said, part of that is because of the predecessor, but this ball just doesn't really act like a true medium sharp ball. I think it should be closer to a weakened sharp ball. It's kind of on a fringe for that. It's just a little bit weaker than I would have anticipated with how strong the core is. Coming in at number 8 is the DV8 Troublemaker Pearl. The original Troublemaker was beloved by a lot of the professionals, and the Troublemaker Pearl was fairly similar. A lot of people liked it, but oh my God, was this ball sharp. This ball boomed when it hit friction. It was crazy, and that made it a little bit unusable for some people. So I don't think this ball should be in many people's categories, especially if you spin the ball, have high axis rotation, don't throw the Troublemaker Pearl. But if you're very up the back of it, I think this would be an excellent medium and sharp option. In the number 7 slot is going to be the 900 Global Zen Gold Label. Now, the Zen is one of the best medium sharp bowling balls of the last couple years. The Zen Gold Label had a lot of hype behind it. A lot of people thought it was a remake. It was not. This ball is much, much sharper, about the same strength, a little bit weaker, but it was insanely sharp, which made it a little bit unusable on some tournament patterns where the Zen excelled. So this was supposed to be a complement to the Zen, but because of that, it put it in a slot that is a little bit oversaturated, especially in the Storm lineup. So I don't think this ball really had a purpose, and it did get discontinued insanely quickly from 900 Global, which is odd because it has Zen in the name and still sold okay, I think. But that's why this ball comes in so low on the list. The number 6 ball on the list is the Storm Road. And the reason this ball is a little lower on the list, it hasn't been out that long, and there haven't been many tournaments since it's come out, so there aren't many true reactions to it. This ball is interesting. It pretty much took the spot of the original High Road where it sat about 10 years ago. So it has REX Hybrid, which is a great cover stock overall. And it has that original High Road core, which is a very tiny core. So this ball is a weak core, stronger cover stock, comes in at a cheaper price point, which is nice. But it's kind of a weaker medium and sharp ball. So if you are more speed dominant, this ball would fit as a weak sharp option. Breaking into the top 5, we have the Hammer Hazmat. Now, the Hazmat is one of the worst bowling balls Hammer has made over the last couple years, but Hammer has come out with amazing pieces, so this ball still is top 5 on the list. It is a really good complement to some of its stronger bowling balls. It's a great complement to the Black Widow 2.0 Hybrid and the Black Widow Ghost. This is a perfect step back down. It has very similar ball reaction to things with the gas mask core, just a little bit weaker, and it's symmetrical, so it actually gets further down lane. So this is an awesome piece for any hammerheads out there. That's why it broke the top 5. Coming in at number 4 is probably the weakest bowling ball on this list, is the Columbia 300 Kaboom. Now, having one of the best names in bowling and a great colorway and a really good ball reaction put this ball so high on the list. So this ball is very weak. It is very sharp. It is not as weak as the weak sharp options that we'll talk about in a later video, but this ball rolls really good. It's a good ball down from something like the Track Sensor Solid, the GB5, and even the Hazmat. It can be a good complement with that ball. So this is high up on the list because Columbia makes some okay pearls, and this ball rolls actually really well compared to what a lot of people expected. Coming in at the top 3, and number 3, we have the Track Stealth Pearl. The Stealth series is amazing for track, and the Pearl was no different. Super, super strong Pearl ball. It could almost fit in the strong and sharp category. It's kind of on a fringe, kind of like other balls were in past videos. This ball is great. The Stealth was awesome. That is a really good medium and smooth option, although I wasn't able to put it there because of Track's lineup at the time. But the Stealth Pearl is insanely good. It's a great ball off of the Stealth, and even a great ball off of things like the Black Widow 3.0 and other really strong bowling balls. Coming in at number 2 is one of the most recent winners of a PBA Tour title is the GB4 Hybrid. The GB4 Hybrid came out and did okay on sales. It's a game breaker, so it did pretty well, but the GB4 wasn't very well liked. But then the PBA Tour started and everybody loved this thing. Marshall Kent specifically won, I think, at least 2 titles with this bowling ball. It is just really unique. It's a ball down from a lot of your medium smooth balls like a Game Breaker 5, but it isn't sharp. It's one of the smoothest balls on this top 11 list, and it just looks awesome. It is super versatile. I've seen it drilled a bunch of different ways, and it just rolls really good, and now is selling phenomenally. So that's why it's number 2 on the list. And finally, coming in at number 1, one of my favorite bowling balls of 2024 so far, it is the pink one, the Motive Hyper Venom. This ball is easily the best Pearl combination with the Venom shock. It has that original gear core. It has a slightly stronger Pearl cover stock than other Pearl Venom shocks in the past. This thing looks great. I've seen it thrown a bunch of times. It looks awesome in a bunch of different people's hands. I've seen it with speed dominant bowlers. I've seen it with rev dominant. I've seen it with mixed. It just looks great. And if you go check out REX on YouTube, they have some great videos with the Hyper Venom. Theo specifically likes this thing a lot. I'd go check this out. If you're in the market for a medium sharp bowling ball, I will always recommend the Hyper Venom first. And that is my ranking of best to worst medium and sharp bowling balls on the market today. Let me know down below what you think of this list. Is it legit? Is it not? Let me know. Otherwise, make sure to follow and subscribe for more videos like this.